Hello everyone, happy new moon in Pisces. So it was a really beautiful new moon yesterday. I was going to make the video yesterday, but I was too busy doing my own personal practice and attending a workshop. So that was really nice. So for cinnamon, okay, cinnamon is what I'm using right here. Instead of lighting a candle, because I would have, if I'd made the video last night, I'd have it burn all night. But cinnamon, and then this is Nag Champa cone, and I really like the cones. And I was gonna put nutmeg in there as well. Excuse me. But cinnamon is for personal and spiritual growth. Okay, personal and spiritual power. Spirituality, healing, success is for prosperity and also protection. It's said that the ancient Egyptians, when the Greeks would come and learn from them, and everyone would come to Old Kemet, or Egypt as it's known, they would stage them at the door before they enter into their libraries, into their spiritual, studying medicine or whatever. So they would use cinnamon as one to cleanse their energy, right? So it's used for healing, success, victory, protection, luck, lust, love and lust, prosperity, strength. You can even rub some in your hand or sprinkle some in your new purse and kind of clean it out. We're in waxing moon now, so the moon is getting bigger to become the full moon. And yesterday was the new moon in Pisces, so you couldn't see the moon in the sky, right? So it's a dark sky. So on new moons, you can light candles. I like to just keep it all kind of dark, meditative, and there's power in darkness. And so the cinnamon is, it's also antifungal, so it could fight antibacterial and any anti-inflammatory, okay? So it's very good for any upset stomach, along with ginseng and milk. You can mix that together as a drink. So it's really good. It's an all year season herb that you can keep. You can use it for all season. You can use it dry. It's associated with the fire element and goddesses of love. It's also associated with Mercury, okay? And any goddesses of love, like Oshun or Yamea. Hold on one second, I'm getting a phone call. I'm not going to redo this video. I'm making a video right now. Let me call you back. So it's associated with that, okay? I go off my intuition of what I should use, okay? And that's how I do it. I just, from my own meditation. Okay, so you can use nutmeg if you want as well. In the Caribbean, it's definitely used in a lot of cooking, but also spiritually. And the scent of it is very grounding, very earthy. And even though cinnamon is associated with fire, I still feel that it's very earthy as well. And the nutmeg is very earthy as well. So you can have that in there if you want. The nutmeg is air. Jupiter is the planet, or Mercury, and it's associated with Pisces. Okay, the nutmeg. So it's very masculine, and it's a yin. It's the Sabbath, if you want to use it, is Yule. So it's like winter, right? It's like a winter type of herb. Okay, and is compatible with Mercury, because the planet could be Jupiter or Mercury, and the zodiac is Pisces, so that's good. So let me I'm grabbing the nutmeg. So this is all real time, so my videos are chill, I'm not gonna worry about it. So just sprinkle that all around. I went counterclockwise to kind of like erase. If you want to go counterclockwise with it, that's fine. Okay. So let me go back now to my cinnamon. Okay. So now what you want to do is set your intention. So just take this moment and just be quiet and be still. Okay, because I'm going back to cinnamon. Cinnamon is associated with Aries. Okay, so we have Aries coming up after Pisces, so that's a really good combo for this new moon. Okay, cinnamon rules this by the sun and Mars, right? And it's fire element and it's masculine. So we're working with masculine energy here. Back to the cinnamon. Okay, so taking notes. Any deities that is like Mercury, Venus, Aphrodite, you know. So that would be like Oshun for me. Okay, I like that. Now the cinnamon is root chakra and sacral chakra. Okay, so you can find it there. So you can set your intention. What's the one thing that you want to work on? Okay, that's what's important, is focusing on one thing. That's what I mentioned in a workshop that I did, is focus on one thing, because people, we have many things that we want to do, but you know, when one thing like works, then it opens the path for other things to work. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm going to go back to nutmeg. Nutmeg is associated with, I think I already told you guys, it's Pisces, so we know that already. All right, so everything that came to me intuition-wise, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, how am I going to do this ritual to share with people? Something easy. Okay, so before I light this, I was going to pull it off camera because I was going to hold the phone like I did for the last video. And someone commented on the other video that it was really helpful to them. So before I pick the card, 7-day candle. You can light a 7-day candle. Purple is good because it's a third eye, and it's Pisces is like water, ruled by Neptune. Pisces is very psychic. All water signs, if it's your birth sign or your north node or rising sign or in your moon sign, those 4 parts are very powerful. 4, okay? Those 4 parts in your chart's very powerful. So purple is associated with the third eye and the crown chakra. So you can light a 7-day candle. You can use a black marker and write, you know, just what it is that you want, that one thing. Focus on one thing and let it burn. If it doesn't burn all the way, or if it stops on one thing, that's the main thing you need to focus on for the waxing moon days, okay? And if it howled by itself, it did its bit. I like to cut just like a little less than an inch off of the top of the candle because it's so long. You can anoint it with olive oil and go in a clockwise motion. Okay. The incense for me is burning away negativity, and you could also make it for prosperity. So when you're pouring the cinnamon in, you can pour it clockwise if you want something, or counterclockwise if you want to block something. But for the new moon, you can make it clockwise. I just did it both. Okay. Once you've done it several times, you know you can hook it up different ways. But for beginners, just go clockwise when you sprinkle the cinnamon in and the nutmeg, and then you put the Nag Champa candle, Nag Champa cone right there. So then you write down what it is that you want on the 7-day candle. You can houd it when you leave your home for safety. Just cover it like this with a saucer, and then when you try not to blow out the fire with your breath, but you can if you have to. I'm not going to light this one because I'm just not. And then if you want to work on self-love, you can get, like at the dollar store, any kind of love candle. If you got it around Valentine's Day, it's good to stack up on pink candles on Valentine's Day, even if it's the little votive ones, the little round votive ones, or black candles in Halloween time, okay? So this is the same thing too, because I had to wash it out. But you would write, you know, just right here what it is that you just write, like you're writing something positive. And wherever it stops, if it goes all the way down, then great. If it burns all the way down and it's in the shape of something, you can read it as such. Or, you know, if you're not good at reading candles, you know, hopefully you know someone you can take a picture and send to someone, okay? So, but this is like a 7-day. Like I said, you can houd it when you're leaving for fire safety if you're concerned about that. Okay. So since I've been having dreams about animals a lot, and even at a workshop, someone mentioned that they were dreaming of animals a lot. So I ordered this deck a while back. So I'm trying not to make this video long because I have to upload it and do stuff today. So let me pull. Oh, I got two. Okay, the first one is owl. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So the first one is owl. Owls are usually are wise. They are. I don't have to look in this book, but why not? It's 21 in this book. Okay, so owls are wise. They are teachers. They hold a lot of information. Ancestors would see them and say, okay, they're very perceptive. They're, they are. Learning because they are very observant. In the book here, it says owl magic omens time and space. That's so funny because time and space was mentioned in the workshop yesterday evening. Does the truth emerge? Casting out deception. Silent flight. Sacred medicine bird. Right? So casting out something is getting rid of deception, right? So nothing speaks louder than insecurity is what comes to mind. And silent flight, sometimes you have to do things silently, and make it manifest before you tell it to someone. Okay? And the truth will always emerge, right? So the way that we treat ourselves, the way that we treat others, those things come back to us and we can learn and grow. And time and space, going back to time and space, there is no such thing as time or space. It's just being a master of that and knowing that the divine is within you and we're all magical, okay? And the owl is also healing. So there's the medicine of the owl. The owl is very healing, okay? And the owl is wise. So just finding that wisdom within you. And nighttime is a great time to meditate. And if you wake up in the morning at a certain time, wow, these cards are powerful. 3 in the morning to 7 in the morning, powerful time, Once 7 o'clock hits, that's like 3 to 7. If you can do your morning meditations or movement, exercise, stretching, that's really good. Snake is the next one. Snake is very powerful. Snake is like thinking of the Kundalini energy rising, right? Snakes are very protective and they move very smoothly, okay? Snake, come crawling. There's fire in your eyes. Bite me, excite me. I'll learn to realize the poison transmitted brings eternal flame. Open me to heaven to heal me again. So I think about transformation. When I think of snakes, I think about their energy of their venom. Okay, it's poisonous, and you think of it as protection. You think of it even as squeezing the life out of someone or squeezing the life out of negativity around you, right? This life, death, and rebirth cycle of the snake, and shedding your skin and getting rid of the old thoughts, old way of thinking, old way of being, shedding fear, okay? And knowing that the universe and your ancestors dance around you and protect you. And also just realize that everyone has their time and their blessing, and there's no need for jealousy or anything like that. It's funny, on the back of the card is the lightning bolt, and there was a Shiva workshop I attended, and Shiva's lightning bolt and Shiva's light, so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so 21 is 3 when you break it down. 3, there's always signs happening in 3. Endings, beginnings, So there's always that 3 cycle. 6 is another form of 3. Okay, I like to think of Ilegba. I like to think of open doors, open new paths, and blessing yourself. Okay, so then you can light this for a prosperous 2 weeks. Okay, you set your intention. What do you want? A prosperous 2 weeks. Whatever that intention is. I'm going to move this so hopefully you can see that. And I'm going to have to lift this up. Woo! So hopefully you can see it. Okay? So it went out by itself there. So I'm trying to hold this the best way I can without causing an issue Ooh, I smell it. So you just let it burn, cinnamon, nutmeg, and let it burn. And look up what each incense is, each herb, and focus in on that meaning. A Nag Champa is what they use in the temple in India. And that's a smell that's just amazing. So it has a lot of different herbs inside of it. So you can use that to cleanse your space. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Happy New Moon.